Thank you, Chair. Chair, even though I want to agree with Honorable Bowen that a lot of our communities are suffering because of the way people are stealing all our transformers and all that. But it would be really punitive if you were to punish the person who has hired out their vehicles. Because when you are letting out your vehicle, you don't, they don't tell you we are going to use your vehicle to steal. So really, what if you, in good faith, you give out your vehicle and then somebody uses your vehicle to steal? Even in criminal law, we must also be able to assess that you have a criminal mind or a guilty mind, which is called the mens rea. So it should actually be wrong to punish a person without a guilty mind. So I want to agree with the chair with that proposed amendment. Let us put strict punishment, but not punishing people who have not deliberately gone out of their way to steal.
Leader.
Chair, you know, the intent of this amendment was to make it punitive to carry stolen materials, especially those related to the energy sector. But I wanted to propose maybe as a middle ground, Honorable Speaker, that the chair considers, instead of deleting the entire amendment, to add a proviso where we say any vessel used to convey the vandalized equipment or appliance in the attempted vandalism, detailed in subsection, shall be forfeited to the state, provided that the owner of the vessel is not the person who was who is guilty of having vandalized the equipment. So that we have a proviso, Honorable Speaker, so that we also don't encourage people, because the intent of this amendment, Honorable Speaker, is to discourage even people who lease out their cars for transportation, but may not know what they are transporting. But also, Honorable Speaker, we also need, in view of what the committee is saying, to protect other innocent people, including yourselves, who your driver may take your car and ferry, and you're able to show that you never intended to transport stolen equipment knowingly. But if you knowingly transported stolen transformers and other equipment, then you forfeit that vehicle. And by the way, this is not the first proviso. Under the KWS Act, if you transport poached animals, you forfeit your vehicle. What was your vehicle doing in a game park? Ferrying elephant tusks. You forfeit the vehicle. If you slaughter antelopes in the game reserves, it is there. So we just need to correct it to have a similar proviso that is punitive and discouraging people from ferrying stolen goods.
The Honorable Masse, as the Honorable Masse speaks on this, Chair,
Thank you.
Order, Honorable Masse, could you consider then coming with a middle level? But let's hear Honorable Masse's contribution.
Thank you,
Very
Chair.
briefly, 1 minute.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I want to support the position of the committee. Whereas I agree this is a very serious offense, and I must reiterate that the offenders, the thieves, must be punished, and there should be a serious clause for punishing the thieves. Because, Honorable Chair, I'm just from my constituency. So many cables have been stolen and my people are in darkness. So we cannot allow this to continue. Those who are stealing cables must be punished.
You have made your point.
But we should not punish innocent owners of transport.
You have made your point, Honorable
Speaker.
Gisairu.
Because even your vehicle can be hijacked and used to transport this cable.
You made your point. Gisairu.
Thank you, Chair. I think I support the deletion by the Chair because, Chair, if the car has been leased, it will be wrong to punish the owner, for he may not have been aware that the car will be used for that. Okay. Yes, while we are against the stealing and vandalizing of electrical materials in our constituency and in the country in general, those who can forfeit, if, let's say, you are using your own vehicle and you are part of the act of ferrying the stolen materials, then at that point, because you are a culprit, then at that point you should be able to forfeit.
Very well.
Thank you.
Very well. Finally, Undo.
Chair, I think the committee chair needs to be very careful in what they are amending. Honorable Chair, the Parent Act has a provision, has that particular clause, which says any vessel used to convey. Now, there was an amendment to expand it and make it more neater and tidier. Now, by proposing to delete the proposed amendment, it therefore means whatever exists in the Parent Act remains. See, we must be very clear. What are we saying? If the intention was to delete it completely, then you cannot proceed by how it is stated in this order paper. It means the existing clause or section remains, which is, and I thought the amendment as proposed in the miscellaneous bill was more elaborate and was capturing a little more issues compared to the existing clause, existing section. So the chair needs to be very clear.
Very well.
I want to be very clear that by deleting the proposed amendment, we revert to the existing section.
Very well.
Thank you.
Honorable Muchomba, and then Chair.
Chair, I am just wondering why we are wasting a lot of time to try to make a law that is going to be prohibitive for business people to lend out their cars or lease out their cars.
Honorable Muchomba, this House does not waste time. Mind your language, proceed.
Okay, Chair, I am thinking that even in as much as we support the proposed amendment, we should come up with a way of making sure that we create trackers that can be fixed inside the transformer and anything that is relating to that item, so that even if it is stolen, you don't have to be punishing the owners of the vehicle who were involved in transportation, but generally come up with a system of tracking the item.
Very well.
So in as much as we support him on that, because we don't want to lose the transformers again, let us come up with a way of tracking the equipment itself, because trackers are there.
You have made
Kenya.
your point, and you are fallen on one part of the divide. Okay, Chair, do you have a further amendment to this? Yes. Okay, proceed to move that further amendment. And that means, honorable members, you have been heard. Boyen, who do you want to inform?
Inform the House, Mr. Speaker, that even as we encourage our transporters, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chair, it is good for them also that before they lease out their trucks, they need to understand what they are hired for. So that we need to have, as a country or the Association of Transporters, they should have a kind of a form. If I hire your vehicle, you need to tell me, what am I going to carry your vehicle?
Very well.
So that now, I don't say I'm going to carry cabbages or vegetables, and then I'm going to carry a transformer from a village.
Honorable Bowen,